What's going on, y'all? Back with another LEGO review. Today we are reviewing set 76321. Where is it? There it is. Spider-Man versus Doc Ock subway train scene. 9 plus set. Comes with 393 pieces. And the set itself is still active. And it costs $54.99 USD. And that comes out to about 13 cents per piece. We get 4 minifigs. Where are they? There they are. We get Spider-Man. We get Aunt May, we get JJ Jameson, and then we get Doc Ock himself. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm pretty high on this set before we even get into it. This scene is like ingrained. It's iconic from Spider-Man 2, right? He passes out saving all the passengers on the train. They pull him in. They won't give up his identity. It is such an awesome moment from my childhood. And yeah, it's one of those scenes that you just like get excited when you see, especially back then. But I will, as always, not let the nostalgia get to me. I won't be biased. It'll get its full review today. So let's get into the review. There's no speed build today. We're grading over the same 4 aspects we always do: displayability, playability, the build experience, and price versus quality. And again, as always, if you're new here, the last section will go over more when we get there. So as for display, this gets great marks. It can easily sit on a shelf and be displayed, or it can be part of a Lego city as an action piece. The size itself is really nice. Scaling in comparison to like other vehicles. I have like the Daily Bugle. So I have the Daily Bugle behind me, and the taxi for that is pretty small. Yeah. So when I look at that for displayability, like you can just throw this in. It's great. I can't really find any flaws. There's really no reason not to give it a 5 out of 5 on this one. I really like it. So now let's get into playability. Again, the play features are great. You can get Doc off here. You can open the top of the car. You're able to place quite a few figures in there. You can add more if you want to. You can put them in pretty dangerous situations because you got Doc Ock here. So yeah, I think that between that and there's this one really great play feature that there is a slight alt build. So what you can do is you can take the wheels off here, remove this piece. I should have got a brick separator before I did this, right? So it looks like that. And then what you can do is you can take this and put these rotating pieces on. Boom. Throw this back on the bottom here, and then you can rotate these bottom rails here to give it even more dynamic action. So I personally do believe this is a 5 out of 5 on the play scale. There's just so much you can do with it. Like, it's a really fun build. I absolutely believe this is a 5 out of 5 on play scale. It's been such a fun piece to just play around with. After that, we move on to the build experience. This is a 9 plus set, and that's stated. This actually felt like a 9 plus set. There were no real issues I ran across. It was a pretty straightforward build. I, for usual, loved the symmetry on it, and the sticker placement was super forgiving. It wasn't too bad at all. I can say I like building it. I didn't absolutely love it. I think it comes down to the piece count. The build flew by a little too quick for that price point. But and then lastly, just one more thing, more of a personal experience than anything else. One of my bags had opened, and I was missing a 2x4 piece that didn't come into play until much later in the build. Luckily, I have a bunch of older parts that I was able to pull from, but it was kind of a bummer. I know I could ask Lego to send me one, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? So yeah, overall, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's not bad. Finally, everyone's favorite, we get to, is the price worth it for the quality of the build? Um, this one, as always, is hard for me. It's a $55 set and it only has 393 pieces. That makes the Star Wars markup look less egregious, which is super impressive in itself. Like, as someone who buys a lot of Star Wars sets, like to see it in a Marvel set, this kind of price markup is actually crazy. But I'm not someone who lets the price per piece be the end all be all when it comes to the quality of these sets. So we have to take into account other things as well, like exclusivity pieces. So some of these things, I will throw the minifigures on the turntable so that you can check them out as we go through them. But just wanted to do some like comparing and contrasting, right? Like the Peter piece, the head is new and it's made just for this set. You get two faces on it technically. So you get the smiley Peter, and then you get the exerting himself Peter as well. And then the torso piece for Spidey himself, we'll grab that, is new, which features the ripping fabric. And as for a fig, it looks really great. My main complaint on this fig is the lack of arm printing. Like, you made a whole new torso piece. Why not just print arm printing on it? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, you made it. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a missed opportunity. Next up, we have Doc Ock, who's rocking a new torso and leg print. That's exclusive to this set as well. I have no notes. He looks great here, and this is a much better build compared to the one from the Daily Bugle. Like, you'll see on the turntable, but like the way his arms pull out compared to this thing is like so wonky, and you can't really get any cool dynamic movement out of it, and I think it's really disappointing. This, like the way that these bend, you can get him in some phenomenal poses overall. Like, just so much articulation. I love it. Next up, the Aunt May figure. The Aunt May fig comes with a new face and torso, and it's been used in two sets actually, and they're both Harry Potter sets. So as with Doc, I do think that this one, there's some stickiness on there. Give me a second. That's how I get them to stick to the turntable so they don't fall over. I think that it's nicer than the one that comes with the Daily Bugle. I just think it looks better. I like the sweater more, and I think that the lighter pants just work better than these darker ones with the other sweater elements. Again, no arm printing, and that's a sin on the Daily Bugle one because that thing was expensive. Next up, and the last minifig that comes with this is JJ himself. I have both to look at, but he does have a new reddish brown hairpiece that's exclusive to this set. Looks great overall, but in this one, I actually do prefer the Daily Bugle one better. Something about the graying suited Jonah just looks so much better. I know that they're obviously at different aspects in their life, but when I think JJ, this is what I'm thinking. I'm not so much thinking this one. So, what do y'all think? Like, let me know in the comments. Do you think that the figs that came with the Daily Bugle were better, or do you think that the ones in this new set hold up a little bit more? Another thing that you get with this is these light bluish gray window pieces. They're all new specifically for this set. Now, obviously, it's not a new piece, but the color is what makes it new. And the last thing to touch on are the stickers. There were 8, and honestly, they weren't bad. I do think that when we look in here, you're not going to be able to see it great because they're so far inset, but the control panels have a sticker on them. And I don't necessarily think that those need to be a sticker piece. I think they could have been printed. That's something you could use in multiple sets pretty easily. And I just think that overall, they would have been better suited to be printed, personally. But the sticker wasn't too bad either way. Overall, I didn't mind them. And that's saying something because I'm not a huge sticker person. So, with all that said, I give the QVP a 4 out of 5. I think there are enough exclusive pieces to win me over, and the price was kept under $60, which seems to be getting more difficult with these IP builds. So yeah, overall, the set gets an 18.5 out of 20, giving it an A grade. I love the design. I love the play of the set. They did such a stellar job capturing the scene from the movie, and I was super happy with the build. I, as a Marvel fan, as a Spider-Man fan, highly recommend this. And if you're not a super big Marvel fan or Spider-Man fan and you just want the car itself, grab it on double points or when it's on sale, and you can add a sweet subway car to your village. So yeah, anyways, as always, quick little review here. I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for watching. Peace.